Hello, this is the course intro video for Math 2415, Calculus 3 with Professor Smalley. So with that being said, let's get the show started here. So we're going to navigate you kind of through the D2L course so you know what to do. Let's see, so come to this d2l.lonestar.edu. This is what I like to do. There's probably other ways to get there just through my Lone Star. Now, if you click on the secure login, that's pretty much the same thing as going through my Lone Star. But if you only need D2L and you don't need to conduct any my Lone Star business at the time, you can go down here to this alternate login. That gets you just straight to D2L. All right, so let me find your course here. All right, so change this to student view. And let's see, let's start over here at content. All right, so in the start here folder now, you're going to see the course intro video. When I have the video finished and processed, that will be right below the syllabus, and then I will have a link to it whenever I make my first welcome to the course announcement post in a little while. But in the meantime, we certainly can take care of the syllabus. Kind of go through that. And I'm going to download this so we can make it easier to view. All right, let's see if there's anything in here. Info, contact info, course, all that good stuff. You know, if you want to set up an appointment, you can contact me where you want to, face to face or whatever. That's fine. Sometimes, I'll post like times right before the end of maybe an exam period where I'll make myself available online. Now, of course, I realize that might not be convenient at the whatever time I pick may not be convenient. So in that case, you can just contact me. Usually I try for things, it just depends on maybe like, I don't know, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday evenings or something that I teach on Monday through Thursday evenings. So that's in person, so that's not good for me. And I'll just assume the daytime's probably not good. So, but like I said, you can still get help if you cannot attend that. Yeah, there's never any forced attendance of any kind in this class. All right, let's see. Okay, this is the official book, but you don't have to use this book. We're not using MyMathLab nor Cengage. I do have access to another book, a PDF of a book that I'll show you when we get back in the D2L. So, we'll talk about that, but you don't have to buy this book, or if you have another calculus book that you like to use, you can pretty much match up the subject, the section titles. They won't match up numerically, section, 14.1 topic won't likely be 14.1 in your book. But if you like another book, go ahead. Okay, let's pop down here. Let's look at, we're going to talk more about this official day of record here in a minute. It's called the ODR 99. The withdrawing from the course completely is 1111. And okay, let's look at this. 6 drop rule. Anti-racism. That's wonderful. Love it. Okay, what do we got? Blah, 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 blah. Conflict resolution. Since I'm a full-time instructor, my boss is actually the dean, but you can contact either one. But the department chair is a colleague that's in charge of the adjuncts, part-time. But I'm just letting you know that my direct supervisor is the actual dean of instruction. But it's good to have both of them there. You never know if the dean is out and the chair is filling in or something like that. All right, this is important. this will be new for some of you that have had me before. New, this fall 24, first time we're doing this. The official day of record verification assignment. I'll show you. We'll talk about where it is and what it is. It's super. I did it in another video, and it takes about 10 seconds. But you have to do this by that ODR date, 9/9, or you will get dropped from the course. You have to do it. Now, they used to let us just look and see if anyone had logged into D2L. That was considered participation, but no more. You have to have some sort of an assignment. Now, granted, if you have an assignment done, that would count, but I'm not going to be checking all that. I want to just do it straight through here because this is super quick, super easy, and I'm going to look. But actually, maybe if somebody hasn't done it, then I may look and see if they completed a real assignment. But logging into D2L only is not sufficient enough. So you have to do that. I'll have a link to it in the first announcement that I make after this video is completed. And you can click on it and do it there. It's 2 questions. It's not right or wrong. There's only one answer choice. So you just click the bubble, you're done. And then I can go back and look and see who did that, and you never have to worry about that again. Now, one thing I will mention, though, is if for anyone that decides that they want to drop the course, I want to clarify something. Because after I do this ODR business on 9/9 that I have to do for state recording purposes, I'm not interested in dropping anyone else for the course for any reason after that. I'm not doing it. So, for example, let's say if you did this ODR assignment, and then maybe you either didn't do any of the homework assignments or didn't do anything in the course and took the attitude, well, he'll just drop me eventually after 9/9. I will not. You have to take initiative to do that yourself. So I just want to make that perfectly clear. But the ODR thing, that's all I'm focused on. You make it through ODR, in other words, dropping is your responsibility after that. I'm putting this in there for proctoring. The Respondus Lockdown browser, it says will be used for exam proctoring. I'm not totally sure if I'm going to use it yet or not, but I have this in the syllabus, therefore I can use it when and if I want to. So that kind of covers me on that. And it's not a huge inconvenience for you. The only thing, because you're going to be allowed to take tests, and I don't care if you're looking around at on D2L and through the materials, through that kind of stuff. I'm not looking for that. If I use this, the only thing I'd be looking for is if it, I wouldn't want some other person sitting in the room with you working on this thing. That'd be the reason I'd use it more than anything else. But if I do use it, it's not going to be a huge inconvenience. You just have to get that browser, and but I'll let you know. But I have it listed here, giving me the option of using it or not using it. And that's the only kind of proctoring there'll be right now. All right, how do we get a grade in this class? This is good to know. We have 10 graded homework assignments. The lowest 3 of those will be dropped, and the highest 7 form your homework average. That's going to be a little different for those who have taken courses with me before. Slightly different because I dropped 4 before. I'm dropping 3. Just make it a little more. I already have a lot of A's. I'm not going to mind people making A's, but I want to make it at least a slightly more challenging to get to that A level, since I don't have real proctoring going on. So that'll be different. So pay attention to that. If you're a veteran, if you're new to me, you wouldn't have known the difference. And those are all going to be, I think I had everything at 25. I upped the final to 30%. So these are all weighted at 23 and 1/3%. So we have 3 exams and then the homework average. So that's 4 things. Those are all equally weighted. The lowest of those 4 will be dropped. So you see right here, I have 3 times 23 1/3 makes 70%. There's 30% for the final. That's 100%. The final is mandatory and is not one of, you can't just say, well, if I got an A after all this other, or got a grade, can I not take the final? No, the final's mandatory. But one thing I want to clarify on the wording of this, sometimes it's common for students to ask me, are you dropping the lowest exam? Well, yes and no. It's not an automatic drop, but it can be replaced with the homework average. That's going to be the case for most people. Most people will probably have a homework average high enough where it's going to bump an exam grade. Now, sometimes you'll have somebody that's really doing great, and they're making hundreds in all the exams, and their homework average is a little bit lower. Then the homework average won't count. So it's not just an automatic exam score drop. It must be replaced by the homework. So that's why this is worded as you have exam 1, exam 2, exam 3, and the homework. The lowest of those 4 is dropped. So it could be one of the exams, or it could be the homework. Any of those 4. And then, of course, the final, like I said, that counts, no matter what. All right, so if you have any questions, obviously, please, drop me an email, and I'll try to help clarify that any further if we need to. Because it's a little tricky, but I don't think it's too bad. I mean, you're all very intelligent people. You're in Cal 3 by now, so. All right, grade, assignment, blah, blah, blah. This little calendar here. They want us to start including the due dates on this calendar, which is fine on this little map here. But they're in D2L, that's the important part, that they're in D2L. That's where the official, these need to match up. If you see anything that's wrong, let me know. But the D2L takes precedent over this. Whatever the due dates in D2L, that's what you go by. In case there's a typo here or anything like that, no, that doesn't matter. D2L. I hope I didn't make a mistake. I'll double check. But so this is just kind of doesn't mean you have to do this. You can work a little faster. But this just sort of kind of paces you throughout the course, basically. It's just there. You don't have to follow it as an official guideline. Sometimes, depending on your other classes, you might be working ahead a little bit in this one. Say you got a big physics test or something coming up, and you're not going to feel like doing any math that week or anything. You can work ahead. Excuse me. Possibly get ahead on the assignments. Now, here's another thing that's new in this semester, fall 24, I haven't done before. The homework assignments you're going to see in D12, they're all open up at the beginning. But each exam is only going to have about a week or so period to take it. I'm not opening up all the exams from day one. I'm keeping them just within a week's range. So that'll be different if you've taken me before. All right, so come down. So this is just good information to have here, but it's not anything other than obviously the due dates. But like I said, the due dates will be in D2L. Here's everything. Your last couple of assignments, or even I allow you to almost near the end of finals week to complete them, to give you extra time. So let's see. I think that's it on the syllabus. Yeah, okay. That's just stuff we have to have in there. But we covered the important part. All right, so I'll go ahead and get out of this. Let's get back up here. Back to table of contents. Look at some more content. Course resources. Now this, probably I might rearrange the order of this a little bit. The descriptions of the problems on the final exams, it's not really relevant right now, so I might drop that down a little bit. Put the practice problems on top. But this is, I do this for the final, where this shows you, and I'll be providing an announcement with how many questions are on each test, the time limit, and password. Well, I didn't have the password on that syllabus, did I? Let me pause for a minute. Okay, I didn't have the exam passwords on the syllabus in that little calendar. I may go back and put them there, but they will clearly be posted in D2L. There'll be a little thing where it says, okay, password, time, number of questions, time limit. So that announcement will not be deleted. It'll stay there the whole course. So, but I may go ahead and add it in there on that syllabus calendar if I remember. But they will be provided in an announcement for sure. So back to course resources. This is just I don't do this for every test. I have reviews and stuff. We'll talk about that. This just tells you every question there's no equations, there's no numbers, there's no anything, but it tells you all 25 questions that are going to be on the final. That just helps because, the final, we have covered a lot of stuff by then. I don't do this for each individual exam. but for the final, so you'll know, just tells you, you read the topic and it shows you what section from the PDF book, which I haven't showed you the PDF book yet. I'm about to. Over there on the right, it shows you what section it comes from out of that book. But that's a ways away. That's a final exam. We're not worried about that right now. And I'll talk about this, come back to this review and exam things here. But here's I'm show you these practice problems. This is not the graded assignments. These are not the homework assignments that are graded. We'll talk about that. This is just some practice problems. Do them if you want to. You can always ask me about them. Whatever your time permits. None of these are graded, but as anything with math, the more you practice, the better. Because homework assignments, they are relevant to the course material, but each one of them is only like 10 problems for each assignment, blah, blah, blah. So it's not necessarily comprehensive of everything that we cover. The exam review will be, but you can't just rely only on those assignment things or whatever. So, but this is also a good resource. So if you feel like doing some of these, you could always ask me about them if you want to. But I want to show you this link here. Actually, well, before I do that, let me come show you what's below it. This thing called Other Resources. This is a PDF of an old textbook. Right there. And this is my notes and everything follow the section numbers in this particular book. Now, like I said, you can study out of any other book you want to or whatever, but you might want to keep, look at the index and look at, but actually the notes are titled what the description of the material is, so however you want to do it. So you can still, not forcing you to use this book, but all the nomenclature is based on this textbook. So, all right. The reason why I want to show you that is because now we go to this Calc Chat thing, and you come over here to Calculus, and you're looking for Calculus 9th edition, right here. So he's got that same look on it right there. Click on it, and this is now you scroll to the back of the book, and you can get answers for any of the odd problems, just the answers. But this shows you a little bit of a solution. I'll just pick a random. So that's better than just giving you the answer. Now, I will say this, and this is true for the calculus courses. Now, I will say sometimes it can be confusing because it may leave out a step or two that I've been known to help people with or whatever. It might not be obvious, so don't be afraid to ask. How to get from here to here? But a lot of times it just makes it more helpful than just that you look at the key in the back of the book. On this one, for example, all you're going to see is the answer is 3. This gives you something and to work with. But like I said, there are, especially in the Cal 2, there are several of them that kind of leave out some really key steps there, I think. So that doesn't mean you have this. I expect you to automatically understand. That's why you can ask. I think that kind of, but like I said, we're going to come back to these two, the quiz entry and okay. So let's just go down the list here. I wonder whether the homework's checked. Didn't think I'd open that yet, but that's okay. Lecture notes. Okay, everything's organized by folder. So if you've taken me before, you certainly know this. If you haven't, easy peasy. Here's exam 1. See that? Look at 11. That's it. So there's no mystery on what's going to be, included on a particular exam. It's right there under each thing. Exam 2. Yeah, nothing worse than classes where you don't know what to expect from the instructor or what's going to be put on a test. And I know that was frustrating for students. I don't want you to have that kind of frustration. I want you to learn the material. I want you to be frustrated with the administrative part of the course. So now, math frustration is a different thing. Now, there is a part right here that's this chapter 15 in that book that, I have 2 sets of notes there. I'll be deleting some of these. All right, anyway, I'll fix that later. There won't be that. You see, there's some, I fixed some of them in the summer. So, all right. So anyway, I'll get rid of which ones I want, that sort of thing. I need to redo the videos, I think, for those that I revised. That's why it looks like that. But anyway, my point being is this content is material that's not in the first 3 exams, but it's part of the final. So that's why it kind of has its own little add-on there at the end. So exam 1, exam 2, exam 3. So all of these fall under the lecture notes for the course itself. I got a bunch of old lecture notes there. Pre-Cal, Cal 1, Cal 2. I don't know if you need to refer to anything or not. They're there if you want them. You can download the PDFs and save them and give them to somebody else if you want to. You can do whatever you want with that. And, okay, so, in fact, let me go back to the syllabus just for a second. Show you one quick thing on that calendar outline. So all this stuff down here in green, you see there's the exam 3, there's the exam 3 testing period. Doesn't mean you have to be through with the exam 3 stuff by this time. But the green stuff, that's the stuff I'm talking about that's beyond exam 3 but on the final. Because it was too much to cram all that in on I mean, I could have had a 4th exam, but I didn't think that was worth it. Maybe someday I'll do that. But that's, I don't make you have a 4th exam and then also have a final. Too close together. Okay, where was our notes? I think we covered that one, but let me just look anyway. So yeah, old Cal 1 notes for the course. Perfect. Lecture videos. I have videos that go along with the course. Once again, they're organized by folders, and they're organized by these last one, which really is only 7 sections, not 10 like I had in the notes. So everything just, yeah, you watch lecture videos, which I highly recommend you doing. I mean, it's just everybody's different. You might could figure it out just from the notes. It's up to you. But I don't think it would hurt to watch the videos. And let's see, exam reviews and solutions. So I've got sample problems. So these are actually, and like I said, I'll be listing, don't let the number of problems on the sample problems scare you, because I'll tell you how many are going to be on each test, 20 or so. But yeah, and that's not uncommon for instructors to put way more practice problems in it, because obviously with math, the more you practice, the better. But whether you do them all, this is not graded. We'll talk about so there's only 40 here. Okay, so. But anyway, so there's more, but the more practice, the better. Now what we have here, so and I think it has a key at the end of it there, where if you want to try one and look at the answer, but if you need, if you're not sure, then you wouldn't want to go. You'd go to this file. It's always good to practice it yourself first, even if you get it wrong, because you can't just looking over what I worked here. Oh, let me just memorize, or not memorize, let me just look at this. It's always better if you can do it yourself, even if you make a mistake. That's how you learn. So this is just where you can go to if you didn't get the answer. Or, okay, let's see what he did. Oh, there's what he did. That sort of thing. You got that? And then you have, okay, so I got them right, and you've got, video solutions. I have those. Okay, some courses I have them in the same. I'll start breaking all of them up like this. Yeah, so now I have them kind of in blocks there. So that one had 40 problems. So it's 1 through 20 and 21 through 40. Now what's going on with these? So suppose you look at one, and even the written one you're not sure about. You go to this, and this just has me verbally explaining it. So you may never need this. I don't know if you will or not. It's up to you. But if you do, it's there, so you actually hear me say something that might make something clear that was in, that I wrote out that wasn't clear looking at it, and you hear me say something that might clue you in, make it, oh, okay. So these are all broken up, so it's not like there's 100 exams here. There's all like broken up in blocks, and that way you can, if you're searching for a particular problem, you go to that video and scroll your way through till you get to it. So we got all that. That's good. And now let's come down here to the homework assignments, because this is part of the grade here. So let's take a look at this. We have 10 of these, and they're showing you what sections they represent. So what you do is they all have 10 problems each. So you take these and you work on them. You can work on them a little bit at a time, but when it comes time to submit your answers, they must be submitted all at once. You have to submit them all at once. You can work on them in pieces. This is not like a Mind Math Lab or something where you can go do a few, come back, do a few later. This is all, enter them all at once. So you work them all out, and you see there's 10 of these. And let me come over here to course activities. Yeah, content, well, grades are important, but grades will just be everything dumped in the grade book, so you can just look at your grade book. The things you'll be using the most are the content, and the only thing we use here is quizzes. In fact, here's that ODR verification assignment. All right, watch this. Click on this. Are you taking a math class? Yes. Is Richard Smalley instructor? Yes. You submitted the quiz. You were done. What was that, 5 seconds? I didn't time it. But my point is, see how easy and pain-free that is? So that's why I would just knock that out right when you look at this video. I'd go back and just boom, it's done. It's not graded, but I mean, everybody's going to make 100, obviously, but I'll know if you did it or not. That's all that matters. All right, so back to where we were. Let's see, let's go back to the quiz list. So everything else in here is a real graded assignment. So what you do, you come in here, you click on that, and you're already going to have your answers worked out. Now, one thing you got to watch for on this, I still haven't figured out. Maybe I can figure out how to fix this. I don't know. But it scrambles the answer choices, not the questions, but it scrambles the answer choices. It's not going to be able to, there's no way it can generate new numbers. It's not an algorithmic thing or whatever. So what you have to do is be extremely careful. You have 60 minutes to enter 10 answers, so that's not going to take you long. That's plenty of time to just look at your answer. Like say, let's say if the answer is supposed to be 2, and on the PDF file, choice A is 2, but if you come to take it here, choice D is 2. You pick choice D because if you know that 2 is the right answer. So don't just look at your PDF file, just blindly go, oh, A, B, C, B, A, D, whatever, like off your PDF file. You've got to look at the actual answer. Now, I'm going to do this without working the problems. This is just, so you're not going to be doing it the way that I just did it, but pretend like you've done it, and then obviously I'm going to get a bad grade here, but I don't care, because I guess I can give myself whatever grade I want, right? So, no, I'm just showing you the process. You bubble, but not like this. You do it properly. Slowly, carefully look. Sometimes the signs are close, with the pluses and minuses. Pluses, see, look at, they're all different with just plus and minus. Be careful. Let's see, clicking. Okay. All right. So you look over there, you see there's 10 check marks. That's good. 10 of 10 saved. That's what you want. And it's going to give you another chance here. You hit submit. I think it's going to ask it again now. So you just double check. You can go back if you're not sure. Once you submit, it's over. You submit, and so obviously you won't be doing it as quickly as I just did. But even going slowly, I made a 30. Good for me. So, done. Now, let me go back to content for a second. Now, these homework assignments are viewable 1 hour after the deadline. So it'll show you the grade, and it'll put the grade in the grade book. And unless sometimes every once in a while I have one misset, then I can fix it. But so if you submit it a week, you'll know your grade. But the deadline, it shows up 1 hour after this deadline date, not when you submit it, after the deadline date. So that means assignment 1 will be viewable September 9th, 1 a.m., all the way the rest of the semester. There's not a time period, like you only look at it for 1 week or whatever. It'll stay open. I know that can be frustrating if you submit it early, but you have to just wait and see, and you'll be able to tell how to, what you missed, if you missed one or something like that. So now let's go back to content. I want to show you this file that's in the course resources thing here. Now to view it, it would seem logical that you would just go back and click on the blue thing again. Like the way we took the quiz was clicking on the blue, our assignment, homework assignment 1, we clicked on the blue. After you've taken it, clicking on the blue does not work. That's not how that's only how you take it. That's not how you view it. So this right here. I don't know what happened here, but I can explain it to you. I can get this file. I'll get that file back in there. I wonder if that other one's that way too. Are all these files? Well, we saw the book was okay, and the final exam problem was okay. All right, I'll have to look and see what's wrong with this. So now I'm just going to tell you, but when I find that file and I'll get it fixed. That's weird. Copy it from another course if I need to, delete this one. So yeah, okay, but I can show you, no problem. We're good. But that will be there as a reference. Let's go back here. Now, obviously you may not want to wait up till 1 a.m., 1 a.m. on the 9th, but you can wait till the next time you want to check it. What you do is you don't click on the blue, you click on the arrow. But like I said, even if you do what I'm about to do here before that 1 a.m., it's not going to work either. You click on submissions, and then you click on attempt. I think because I'm the instructor here, I think it's letting me, I can look at my attempt anytime I want. You click on that attempt, then it's going to show you question by question. And if you say you missed one, you'll be able to find that one you missed. All right, so let's go back to, that takes care of that. So that is weird that file doesn't work. I need to check that. I think it worked for another calculus video I just made, intro video. Maybe it didn't. Maybe I didn't check it. Anyway, so there's the assignments. And of course, then your exam, I guess I should point out that the exams are in there, of course. So there's all your due dates. They're on that calendar, but it's easier just to look here to find your due dates. So you see the exams. That little key means there's a password, which I'll be providing. But these are your date ranges for the exams. Okay, so there's the course activities. I think I covered everything in the content. Don't think there's anything else I needed to address there. So obviously I got a few things here and there I need to tweak on this, but we're good enough to get started here. Let me just double check something real quick here. Okay, so at least that's good. The notes, didn't have that error message or whatever. At least that one didn't. I'll check another one. Okay. That's good. So whatever those couple of files are, I'll have to get that fixed. So I believe that's going to wrap up everything we need for this video. Obviously, I'm available for assistance. I think we covered everything we needed here pretty much. So excellent. So hopefully we're going to have a wonderful semester here in Calculus 3.